Hello, my dear students. Now we will be talking about angles. There are nine rules I need you to know about the angles. And I'm going to talk about each of them one by one. So you need to be patient in this video. And rule number one. Rule number one is if you go around, you are making a circle, you are having 360 degree. You are starting here and you are going back to where you start. You just made 360 degree. So let's write that down here. 360. So rule number one is 360 degree rule. What type of questions you will get from this, how you can answer using this rule about any questions. So if you get a degree here, as you can see, it's giving to us, it says it's 50 degree. All right. So what type of question you can get from here? How about the rest of it? What degree is that? Since we know everything's supposed to be 360 degree, and the question gives us that this part is 50 degree, so it is actually asking the rest of it. All you have to do is simple subtraction. So what you do is 360, everything's supposed to be, and what you know is 50, subtract that, you will get 310. So this is 310 degree. So remember that. Rule number two. Rule number two is very simple, but you're gonna use this frequently during your studying time math. In a triangle, there are 1, 2, 3 angles. That's why it's called triangle. Anyway, all three of them, you add them, a plus b plus c, you will always get 180 degree. So there is a cool website I prepare for you. Look at this example. You'll see that this is 41. Oops. Okay, I can't use my pen. So B is 41, C is 71, and A is 68. Three of them together, you can see 68, 41, and 71. Three of them together is 180 degree. As I mentioned, always you will get 180 degree. And now let's play with it. Now numbers are different, 35, 102, 43, but look up here, you also get 180 degree. It just doesn't matter how you play. You see the number there, 180 degree, that doesn't change. It will always be 180 degree no matter what angles you will have in a triangle. So that's rule number two. Rule number two means in a triangle, any type of triangle, all three sides will be 180 degree. So what type of questions you will get from this rule? Simple. You will get two angles. Either it will be given to you or you will figure out whatever, two angles, and you will be asked about the third one. How do you get that? It's simple. Everything's supposed to be 180 degree. If from everything you take away what you know, 42, you take away what you know, 112, you will figure out what the third angle is. So let's go to my calculator. 180 minus 41, was that? 42. 42 minus 112, that will give you 26. So in other words, let's clear everything. This is 26. Add 26 with 112 and 42, you will get 180 degree. So that was rule number 2. How about rule number 3? Rule number 3 is about the straight lines, and believe me, you will use this rule frequently, but if you know how. So there's a straight line here, right? And if you start from here and you go there, that's going to be 180 degree. And you now know that if you continue from there to here, you're going to make a circle that's going to be 360 degree. But we have learned that, so we are not talking about that. So 180 degree. In other words, that's going to be 180 degree. You know D plus E in here. It means D plus E, it means 180 degree. So what type questions you will get from here about this rule? Simple. One of the angles, one of the twos, in this case this one, will be given to you and you will be asked about the other one. So what's that angle? Since we know one of them, together it's supposed to be 180 degree. Since we know this part, which is 34, so you're gonna subtract 34 from 180 degree, and that will give you 146 degree. So the x, the question here, x is 146 degree. So that's rule number 3. Rule number 4 is cross lines. Once you have the cross lines, you see this is line number 1, this is line number 2, and they cross each other. Once you have cross line, and you will have an angle here. Whatever that angle is, in this case it's just a letter B, whatever that angle is, across from it, it's gonna be exactly the same, or the other way around. So this is A, across from it, not next to, that will be a different one, but across from it, it will be the same angle. So what type of questions you will get about this? Simple. What is y? Y is cross line here. So I know that y is also 110. 110. How about x? Now pay attention. When you look for x, you know that from rule number 3, we just previously talked about it, that's going to be 180 degree. Since we know this part, which is 110, therefore we're going to subtract from 180 the 110, which will give us 70. So that will be, x will be 70 degree. Since z is the cross line, z will also be 70 degree as well. So that's the type of the questions you will get from this rule. And how about rule number 5? Rule number 5 is very simple. When you see in a triangle or rectangle, doesn't matter, if you don't see a square, that means it can be any number. But if you see a square at the corner, that means it's 90 degree. So you can consider it as it's given to you as 90 degree. So what type of question you will get from there? You see, this is given to us. It's 38 degree. And this is not even being asked, but I have to figure that out in order to find out what the x is. So since I know, let's clear this. Since I know this is 38 and that's everything's supposed to be 90 degree, it's given to me right over here. So all I have to do is 90 degree subtracted by 38. That will give me 252. So now I know that is 52 degree. But that's not the answer to the question. If I know this is 52, That is 84. That's the question. And now we are talking about a triangle. So ignore the rest. So that means 180 minus 52 minus 84. That will give you the x, the missing side, the missing angle. So that's going to be 4 here. And that's going to be 54. 54 is the answer. So let's clear everything once again. So now we know that is 54, but you don't get that before you get this, which is 52 degree. All right, so that was rule number 5. Rule number 6. We are looking at a triangle that has the same length of two sides. This side and that side, I have no idea how what is the length of the side, but all I know, they are the same. If this is, let's say, 10 meters, you know that's also 10 meters. That's the meaning of the lines there. It means the two sides you are looking at, they are the same. So why are we talking about this? Because once they are the same, and remember the question might be in front of you like this, or like that, doesn't matter. Just make sure, turn the page the way it will help you, like this. You're gonna look at the twin triangle like that, and once they are like this, you know that the bottom two angles, this one and that one, the bottom two angles, they are the same. So that's the rule number 6. If you have twin triangle, you know the two bottom angles, they are the same. I have no idea what they are, but I know they are the same. And you know that I just mentioned that you have to turn the page the way it will help you. If the question is like this, students get confused here. They immediately think these two will be the same. No, it will not. You have to turn the triangle the way it will help you. So turn it. Turn it this way. So we know, oops. We know the two triangles here are the same. So what type of question you will get from here? It gives me that this is 65. So according to rule number 6, I know that this is also 65. And since I know the two angles here, this is 65, that is 65, I can figure out the other one. It's simple subtraction from 180 degree minus 65 minus 65 again. That will give you 50. That will give you 50. So that means the one here, the angle is 50 degree. And here is another type of question. This part is given to us, which is 40 degree, and either that will be asked or the other angle, but we know that this is the same, right? So let me group everything here and let's turn it the way I like it. And let's make this a little bit bigger. So first of all, from 180 degree, I will subtract the 40, the one I know. This is 40. That will give me 140. So I know that x plus x, two of them, two angles, the same number you add together, that will be 140. How do you get that? Simply, you just divide it by 2, which is 70. So now I know that this is 70, that is 70. In other words, 70 plus 70 plus 40 will give you 180 degree. So that's how you apply the rule number 6. Rule number 7. What I see here is that if this wasn't there, I would say we are talking about twin triangles. But this, we are not talking about twin triangles. We are talking about equal triangles. What do I mean by that? The three sides, 1, 2, 3, all sides in a triangle, they have the same length. This is very special triangle. When you have this, you know immediately this is 60, that is 60, this is 60 degrees. They are all 60 degrees. So I have no idea what type of question you will get from this, but you know that all angles will be 60 degrees. So if the question says, what's the angle there? You know the answer immediately without thinking is 60. Why it's 60 degree? Because 60 plus 60 plus 60 is supposed to be 180 degree. The 60 is the only number that will give you the total, the same numbers addition to add up to 180 degree. So that might be the question, or let's make this longer. That might be the question. So you know this is 60, and from the other rule, you know everything's supposed to be 180 degree. You will figure out that is x is 120 degree in this case. So that was rule number 7. Now let's talk about rule number 8. We are no longer looking at triangles. We are looking at 4 angles. There are 4 angles here. Angle number 1 here, number 2, number 3, number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, weird, 3, 4. 4 angles anyway. Once you have 4 angles, that means if you have 4 angles, you have 4 sides. And the addition of the angles inside and also outside, it's supposed to be 360 degree. So that's the rule number 8. All 4 angles total will be 360. Why? Because simply in 4-sided you have 2 triangles. You see, one triangle is here, and angles together is 180 degree. Another angle is here, another triangle is there. So angles also total to 180 degree. Together is 360. It makes sense. So that's the rule. What type of question you will get from this rule? Like that. So what's x? Figure out the missing angle here. So in order to do that, I need the angle here, which is given to me 152. I need the angle there, which is given to me 120. I need the angle here. I don't need that. I do not need that. Okay? So I'm gonna need the angle here, which is not given to me. Now I need that. Using rule number 2. Remember, this is a straight line. You will mix all the rules together. So that's a straight line. From here to there, it's supposed to be 180 degree. Since I know this is 155, so 180, 155, subtract from each other, you will get 25. And you know now this is 25 degree. Now I have all 1, 2, 3 angles. I can easily figure out the 4th one. All together in a quadrant, it's supposed to be 360 degree. So I'm gonna subtract 126. I'm gonna subtract 152. I'm gonna subtract 25. That will give me the missing angle, which is x. So let's do that quickly. 126, 52, 360 minus 126 minus 152 minus 25 will give me 57. So now I know x is 57 degree. Hey ya,